Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be showing you how I make ordinary pancakes, the non-fluffy ones, those that are not so fluffy. Yeah, this is for the ordinary pancakes. So I have my flour, the ordinary one, the one that is not self-raising. I start by mixing with the dry ingredient first. So we have the flour. The first thing I put is some salt, just a pinch of salt, and then I add some sugar. The amount of sugar depends with your preference. For this particular recipe, I'll be using 2 teaspoonfuls of sugar. So we mix everything up. Ensure that you mix well. Ensure the flour is well mixed with the sugar and the salt before proceeding to the next recipe or to the next step. Yeah, we mix well. Those that prefer the fluffy pancakes, you can use this ordinary flour, but you add in some baking powder, or you can buy the self-raising flour if you prefer. But for these pancakes, I'm doing the thin ones, which are not so fluffy. So that's why I'm using the ordinary flour. After that, we'll grate this lemon. I want to have some lemon zest in the pancakes because it's a lemon pancakes. So I grate in some lemon zest, and you should be very careful not to grate even the white part because the white part is normally a bit bitter. So I just grate in some little. I'll not grate the whole of the lemon. I know cooking pancakes can be tedious and messy, especially when preparing the batter, but you just ensure that you are careful not to dirtify the place, or you use a bigger bowl or a bowl that will allow in all the contents well to avoid spillage and dirtifying the surface. Yeah, so I think that's the butter is enough, and the lemon zest too. I grate in some more. Yeah, so that's enough lemon zest to add in the flavor and that lemon taste in it. So we mix that one too. Guys, if you have a different fashion of preparing your pancakes, please don't feel burned. You can share it with us. It's good to learn and have different experiences. If you make yours in a different way, yeah, we don't mind if you share. So once you have mixed in the lemon zest well, we add in our milk. This is fresh milk. And if you have no milk, and then we have the egg, I'll use just one egg for this one. You break the egg and we add in it there. By the way, if you have no milk, don't worry or don't scratch your hand wondering what you can add. You can even use water, just cold water. It's alright as well. It's not necessary that you must use milk. So we mix that one too. These are the wet ingredients. So ensure that you mix everything well until you get a good consistency. And something else, as you can see, this is just something very simple. You use what you have in your home. If you don't have a whisk, just use a fork. What matters is having a batter which is consistent, which is smooth, and everything well mixed. So whatever means that you use to mix your ingredients doesn't matter. The end result is what matters. If the butter is too thick, you can keep adding in some water or milk. If you still have some remaining milk, you can add that one as well as you continue mixing the content until the butter is consistent and not so runny and not so thick. Usipikie watu duvet in the name of pancake. So you keep on adding the water until you have the butter to your desired preference. We mix well. Yeah, so that's our mixture. Mine is consistent and not so thin and not so thick. It's just the right preference. Then remember the lemon that I was grating the lemon zest. You can still add in some few drops of the lemon juice as well. The both halves of the lemon, I will add in the lemon juice. Yeah, because you are preparing the lemon pancakes. This is not the fluffy one. Remember, I told you I am using the ordinary flour. Then I add in my oil. This is the only place. This is the only time you will add in the oil. So ensure that you put enough oil, because when you use little oil, then your pancakes will not be well cooked. They will taste like they are raw. And if you add excess oil, then I think that would go well also. So ensure that you put in the required amount of cooking oil. Yeah. But there is the other method of cooking pancakes whereby you put the oil in the pan and then you'll be pouring the butter there. I find it so tedious and even it consumes a lot of cooking oil. And again, the pancakes will always have some, you are left with some oil in your hands while eating. So I prefer putting my oil in the butter instead. Then uh, the next step is ensuring that your pan is ready. You put it on medium heat, and then all what is required is pouring in the butter in the pancake and maybe shaping it to your desired shape and size. Then you wait until the bottom part cooks, and then you flip over to the top part to be on the bottom, and once it's well cooked as well, you remove the pancakes from the fire or from the heat. Yeah, so that's it. The steps are so simple. You just point the butter, then once the some pimples or some holes start showing, that means that the bottom part has already cooked. And don't know if you can see the pimples. Let me focus well. Okay, yes, like that. So once you see the pancakes forming those holes, then you flip over to the other part. Yeah, I've flipped over on both parts, and as you can see, it's well cooked. So that's how you repeat the process to the remaining pancakes. You pour in the butter, wait until it forms some holes, hole-like things, and once it's ready, you flip over to the other side. Ensure that your pancakes are well cooked. You cook on medium heat, because when you cook on high heat, they might burn. This is the third one. I hope guys you can see the lemon, the skin. Those green things are the lemon zest that I grated in there. It brings in some amazing flavor on the pancakes. Yeah, so our business here is just pouring in the butter. You wait until the bottom side is well cooked and you flip over the other part to cook as well. It's as simple as that. I'll try and record while pouring in another butter so that someone that might have not understood, you can see it again. So the pan should be hot. You pour in the butter and spread it well. I'm using a serving spoon to pour in my butter. If you have something else that you can use, well and good. You can even pour it directly from the bowl, by the way. This life, no stress. Just be you, use what you have. I see even some people pouring in the butter in a jug because a jug has a nice spout whereby they can pour in the butter with. As you can see, the pimples, let me call them pimples, guys. I don't know they are forming, and you just flip over to the other side. Yeah, so it's just like that. No magic. It's just a matter of pouring in your content, your butter, like that. You spread well. The shape doesn't matter, but try and be a bit ordinary as possible. Try and make them as circular as possible. That's the lemon zest, guys. You can see those holes are forming, meaning that the bottom side is cooking well. Yeah, you give it some more time, some little time, until almost the top past almost the whole of it is has formed those small holes. That's where now you flip over to the other side. Yeah, we are almost there. I think it's almost done, and then we just flip over to the next or to the other side. And as you can see, guys, both sides of the pancakes are well cooked. The same to the remaining pancakes, and they are also thin. If you love fluffy pancakes, the procedure is just the same. What you do at the beginning, you ensure that the 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 choice of the wheat flour that you used, either use the self-raising wheat flour or the ordinary wheat flour. You ensure that you have added in some baking powder. If you add a lot of baking powder, you have very thick, like mandazi, you have very thick pancakes. But you just, if you have the thin ones or you have no time for all that, you can just use the ordinary flour. So those are my pancakes. They are well cooked and very thin and also soft. As you can see, guys, they are so soft and thin. These are not fluffy pancakes, but I've told you that the procedure is the same. What makes the difference is the type of ingredient used. For the fluffy one, you use the baking powder on ordinary flour, or you use the self-raising flour. So that's the difference. Yeah, so our pancakes are ready. You can see they are not breaking. You can try folding it. Yeah, and it's not cracking at the center. They are very soft. This is just enough for two people. We are a family of two, but if you have a bigger family, you can cook more. So you just increase the amount of ingredients, the eggs, the sugar, the salt, and the flour, and even the milk or the water. You just increase the amount of ingredients used. But for us, these are just enough for breakfast. Yeah, and that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in the next